Have you ever heard the story of a hero whose power was tied to his hair? This isn't a fairy tale. It's the ancient account of Samson, a man whose life serves as a timeless lesson in strength, betrayal, and ultimate redemption. Samson was a figure of legend, a Nazarite consecrated to God from birth, blessed with a strength that defied the natural world. With his bare hands, he could tear a lion apart as if it were a young goat. A single jawbone of a donkey became a weapon in his grasp, felling 1,000 enemy soldiers. His power was a divine gift, a symbol of his covenant with God, and it resided in the 7 uncut locks of his long flowing hair. This physical prowess made him the champion of his people, a seemingly invincible warrior against their oppressors, the Philistines. His story, however, takes a tragic turn with the entrance of a woman named Delilah. Samson, a man of immense physical power, possessed a critical weakness. His heart was easily captivated. He fell deeply in love with Delilah, a woman from the Sorek Valley. The lords of the Philistines, seeing this as their golden opportunity, approached her with a tempting offer. They promised her a fortune in silver if she could uncover the secret source of Samson's incredible strength. Driven by greed, Delilah agreed. She began her campaign of seduction and deception, repeatedly pleading with Samson to reveal his secret. 3 times she asked, and 3 times he misled her with false answers. But her persistence was relentless, wearing him down day after day until his spirit was vexed to the point of death. Finally, exhausted by her constant pressure, Samson surrendered his soul's deepest secret. He confessed that his strength was a divine gift, bound to his vow as a Nazarite, symbolized by his uncut hair. If his head were shaved, he would become as weak as any other man. Seeing her chance, Delilah lulled him to sleep on her lap. She then signaled for a man to come and shave off the 7 locks of his hair. As the final lock fell, his strength departed from him. Delilah cried out, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." He awoke, intending to fight back as he had done before, but he did not know that the Lord had left him. The once mighty warrior was now powerless. His enemies seized him, gouged out his eyes, and threw him into a prison in Gaza, where he was forced to grind grain like an animal. But in the darkness of his prison cell, a glimmer of hope began to emerge. As the months passed, Samson's hair, the symbol of his covenant, started to grow back. The Philistines, celebrating a great festival in honor of their god Dagon, decided to bring Samson out for their amusement. They led the blind giant into their crowded temple, positioning him between the 2 central pillars that supported the entire structure. The mocking and jeering of thousands of his enemies echoed around him. In this moment of utter humiliation, Samson reached out to God one last time. He prayed with all his heart, asking for a final surge of strength to avenge himself for his 2 eyes. Placing one hand on each of the massive pillars, Samson braced himself. He cried out, "Let me die with the Philistines." With a monumental effort, he pushed with all his might. The pillars gave way, and the great temple came crashing down, burying everyone within its walls. In this final, sacrificial act, Samson achieved his greatest victory, destroying more of his enemies in his death than he had in his entire life. It's a powerful reminder that even in our weakest moments, true strength can be found not in ourselves, but in a purpose greater than our own lives. The story of Samson endures, a dramatic testament to the idea that redemption can be found even after the most devastating fall.